Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my weekly review for this week's episode of Game of Thrones. This week we got to see Game of Thrones Season 5, Episode 7, The Gift. Okay, and spoiler warning, if you guys have not seen The Gift yet, you're going to want to go ahead and watch it before you watch this review. That said, this week we do have some items to give away from the HBO store and Game of Thrones, all kinds of different stuff coming up. And I'll be giving away items every week leading up to the finale itself and our final giveaway for this season. All you have to do to enter, we've got all kinds of cool stuff. We got some, cups here, glasses. This one's Lannister, Hear the Roar. We've got Targaryen, Fire and Blood for you guys. There's also some vinyl figures, which are cool. They gave us all kinds of stuff to do a giveaway with this week. The shot glasses, coasters. We've got the ceramic, steins. Cool, and some figures too. So for this week, the figure giveaway is going to be Tyrion, because, well, of course, the huge scene in this one when we finally see Tyrion and Daenerys, see each other for the first time. So we'll get into that when we get into the review. Pretty cool figure. So all you have to do to enter for the giveaway, the gift, so to speak, from HBO and the HBO store. I'll put the link in the description if you guys want to support them back for doing the giveaway. I would appreciate it. Just click the link in the description below for it. And like I said, giveaways all the way through to the finale, including the finale every week. Just going to kind of randomize it. All you have to do to enter is write your comment below. This week the question is going to be, who's your favorite villain so far from Game of Thrones? Because Game of Thrones has some awesome villains, man. It's hard to decide, and I'll probably do a video this week giving my thoughts on who I think is like the number one villain for the series overall. So throughout all 5 seasons, who's the biggest villain in the series? Write your or your favorite. Write your comment below, and I'll select them randomly. Also, you do have to be subscribed. So if you want to enter, you do have to be subscribed to the channel, and I will check. And again, random winners, and we'll give away all kinds of really cool stuff randomly to you guys. Yeah, so big time thank you to HBO for going ahead and doing that for us. Really cool in the HBO store. Also, you guys can see they supplied us with a Lannister banner. Some people confused by that. I don't support Cersei. Jaime's okay. I don't support what they do with each other. I want to make that clear. This is really for a couple characters. Some of my favorite characters in the series for the first, all the way through. Tyrion is my number one now. Number one favorite character all the way through. And Tywin was a great villain, man. Really, really awesome Lannister. So, so that's why I really like that. And also got a shirt here from the store as well, too, which is a Stark shirt. Game of Thrones, winter is coming, all that good stuff. Cool. So let's get into talking about the review, man. So the first thing I want to say about this one is Baelish is like the Illuminati of Game of Thrones. He's behind the scenes, and nobody knows what's going on, and he's pulling these strings, and all this stuff is happening, and he's just kind of sitting in the background, and they have no idea. Like Cersei at this time right now probably has absolutely no idea whatsoever that Baelish has caused some trouble for her. I also liked this version compared to A Song of Ice and Fire, because I have read all this part all the way through in A Song of Ice and Fire, of how they kind of spun it, where they made him kind of be responsible, like they made him kind of the bad guy for it, like he's the mastermind, the puppet master, pulling the strings behind the scenes. So I really like that, and we'll get into more talking about my favorite big bad, because there have been some good ones. Tywin, awesome bad guy. Ramsay, brutally sociopathic, bastard bad guy. But then, Baelish, oh man, he's there too. Anyway, I'll save that for that video, but I love the part at the end when the big, what would you call her? Religious servant or whatever, the huge lady in the blue. Like Cersei goes to tell her to let her through, and just, it's like, oh wait, the physicality takes over, and just the big beast just grabs her and throws her in the cell and locks her in. So, oh man, what a nice twist. Really liked it a lot. Those who read the books knew it was kind of coming anyway, but they've been going their own direction. They've been changing things a lot. So, it was cool that it happened at that time. I kind of felt like it was happening, but then once it actually did happen and she went to leave, that was real cool. And Lancel kind of comes out and he's looking, and he's actually looking a little beefy. He looks kind of tough, to be honest with you. Like compared to earlier on in the show, he's this little pipsqueak. He comes out, and now he's like standing there. He's like, freaking traps and stuff, man, doing shrugs or something, man. Holy cow. Really, well, maybe it's the symbol of his head, just a look on his face that makes him look kind of badass and scary. But anyway, that was funny. So the ending scene was awesome. But my favorite part of the episode has to be when we finally see Tyrion, and Daenerys meet, man. Because I have been saying since season 1 that I just can't wait to see her storyline or her direction cross over with the others, right? And we've always known Tyrion's always been the Lannister, the one, my favorite anyway, like I said. That's for Tyrion, really. He's been the one going around and traveling, kind of doing that, even though Jaime's off doing his thing now, too. He's seen the Wall. Tyrion's seen, he's been all over the damn place. Captured by Catelyn, he's been to the Vale, he's been around, man. But finally we see, a character from that Westeros, that King's Landing, Lannister, section cross over with the Daenerys storyline. So it's finally, because up until now it's been like they've been even though they talk about each other and they've even back in the first season, Robert Baratheon talking about killing her and stuff. Yeah. But they've always to me felt like they're divided. Like this storyline's over here in this part of the world, this storyline's over there. Kind of like in Bravos now with Arya. How she's kind of in her her own section. Finally, we get to see the two of them kind of come together, and it's like, oh yeah, they're in the same show. That's right. And I just loved when he actually met her. And to add to that, the book version took way longer to get there. There was all kinds of stuff that was happening in between from when Tyrion actually, it's just, I can't really compare, but the storyline's so different. This one's like they become slaves, and then like the next episode, they meet Daenerys. And I was just like, I did not expect to see it happen that fast. I thought there was going to be like a whole season of Tyrion being a slave, them showing us life as a slave, just going through, and it would be like a whole entire season before they did that. And I like that they did it so quick, and it was just such a powerful scene because of all the build-up, and it being 5 seasons to finally get to see, these characters, almost 5 full seasons to get to see them finally face-to-face. So I love that. Unexpected, and even surprised me watching it, knowing the original storyline, that they brought it in already and that they met already, and they're really, this season more than any of the others, they're really changing up the storyline more and more and more, and I just love it. They're putting in extra things. They're making it more focused on some of our characters from earlier on in the show, rather than bringing in a lot of the newer characters that are brought in A Song of Ice and Fire. In Game of Thrones, they're making it like they're like these early characters are responsible for other events where in the book they weren't. So there's a lot of differences, and Baelish is a great example of that. And just all the focus on the characters that we've grown to care about and we've grown to like over time has been awesome. So love that scene. That was my favorite scene of the episode, and then the Cersei one after that. So again, like I said, don't support Cersei. She's an evil bitch. So let's move on from there. Let's talk about Tyrion's old buddy Bronn. So Bronn in the cell. This scene, it was awesome. No, I don't know. This is something people were talking about, last week, and they brought up, and I didn't think of it when I was watching it, that the Bronn was cut, and in Dorne they lace their weapons with poison. They always do. So he's basically dying. So she gives him a little show to get his heart going a little bit, get some blood flow going, certain areas, right? And it speeds up the process, and then he realizes before too long that, oh damn, it's the end of his time, the end of the road for him. So did she give him an actual antidote? Did she not? It looks like she did. It looks like she kind of likes him. So we'll see what happens with that if afterwards, if he does in fact make it. I'm hoping and praying and wishing that he does, because he's one of my favorite characters in the series too. Just hilarious all the way through to see, awesome to see in sword fights, great fighter and fun to watch, and always has a clever thing to say. So I really hope he survives this one, and I think he will. To do a prediction, I think Bronn's going to be okay. I hope so. Maybe I'm thinking with my heart instead of my head, but I think he's going to be all right. So there you heard it, guys. There's my prediction. I think Bronn's going to make it. But anyway, it was a cool scene. It's a cool scene. Especially when he's singing. Oh my God, his singing is really, really. He actually sang pretty good, to be honest with you. He can carry a tune, not bad. So that was fun. Did like that scene, and really hoping that Bronn makes it. I hope it wasn't like she played a nasty trick on him and gave him something even worse or something. So let's see how that all turns out. Yeah, good stuff. So moving on from there, we found out Marcella doesn't want to leave, refuses to leave. So their mission seems like it's going to fail for sure. And then, of course, aside from that, we had all the stuff with the Wall and with Sansa, with the Boltons, or Ramsay anyway, Snow, Bolton, whatever. So I did like the part in that when she called him a bastard. And you just see his face, he's just Ramsay is not pleased. So he shows her the flayed person. Reek, of course, has been conditioned at this point. And the saying is that people will do more to avoid pain than to gain pleasure. So, she made a mistake there with asking Reek for it. She doesn't really know what Ramsay's capable of. She says, how much worse could it get? And, well, you didn't cut your thing off, so it could get worse. And it may get worse depending on how these things go. But definitely the flayed part was dark as always. And, the Boltons they lead completely through fear. And like the old saying says, people will do more to avoid pain than to gain pleasure. So just out of fear to avoid that kind of pain, I mean, my God. Ramsay's probably the most evil character in the series so far. I'd say so. He is an evil, evil bastard. Mommy wasn't there, and Ramsay has some serious issues. Anyway. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. I'm excited to see what happens with, the finale and kind of what parts they include. I love that this episode was like a solid hour, like 60 minutes all the way through, with the kind of introduction, which was cool with the sound, by the way. I like the music. But I'm interested to see in the last few episodes, because we only have, that was 7, so like 8, 9, 10 left. So 3 episodes left. And we don't know if the finale is going to be extra time or not, or if it's just going to be the regular. But there's a lot of things going on right now. Obviously, carry on to season 6 next year. But I'm interested to see, are we going to see the Stannis battle this year? It seems like every season, Stannis at the end has this huge battle, and it's just awesome. He either shows up with like a gazillion horses and marches in from this huge, like, zoom out, awesome macro view that looks like a real-time strategy game and just destroys these guys, got his chess pieces and everything. I love Stannis, man. He's awesome. There was a scene with Melisandre bringing up the idea, how far are you willing to go, that kind of thing. To become king, how far are you willing to go to take what's yours? And no surprise that he won't go that far. There are limitations, at least not so far. So we'll see how it goes and how desperate he gets. But a bit worried since the snow and everything, and they're not fit for the weather. It's kind of like a World War II, Germany versus Russia type deal there, where they're just not fit for the weather. And maybe at the beginning that's okay, but as time goes on and if things get bogged down, you have 40 horses dying off, you have men freezing to death, men getting sick, they have to fight when they're sick, sellswords riding off, and all kinds of trouble. So really hoping and praying that Stannis pulls us out. Damn it. You have like the ultimate bad guy versus the not ultimate good guy, but ultimate bad guy versus, the most evil, sick bastard you could ever have, with the possibility of our possible hero saving Sansa at the same time as killing the Boltons. So we'll see how it all turns out. Should be some fun. But I'm obviously hoping for Stannis, of course. Definitely. So, okay, cool. So, so there's that. Let's see. We had the Wall stuff with Jon leaves. You've got Sir Alistair. That was really sad, man. But that's a good way to die, though, in Game of Thrones. If you die of old age in Game of Thrones, you have won the game. All men must die. You've won the game. If you live to be old, to have white gray hair, you're not doing too bad in Game of Thrones. Just putting it out there. So, scene with Gilly almost getting it and getting raped, and Sam kind of saving her, Ghost coming in at the last moment there, which was really cool. Sam the Slayer, good stuff. And I like Sam, standing up for what's right, even if he's not good at it, whatever. That's what it's all about, yeah, that's it. That's all there is to it. Even if you have very slim chances of winning, you still get up and you stand up for what's right. You stick to your core values. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. So respect Sam for that. That was really cool. I like that scene a lot. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all I want to say about the episode. I try not to miss anything, but, these episodes, 1 hour solid, and, it's pretty, in terms of development and change, it changes fast. So that's all I got for this one for you guys. In terms of a score, I'm going to give this one a 9.5 out of 10. Really loved the last couple scenes. Halfway through, I was like, I don't know if this is a little slow, that kind of thing. And things aren't really happening too much, a little bit, but not much. And then, boom, they hit us with all kinds of stuff at the end with Tyrion meeting Daenerys for the first time. Awesome stuff. And also Cersei being thrown into her religious prison cell. Awesome stuff. So can't wait to see the finale, what happens with those, as well as Bolton versus Stannis the Manus. Stannis is going to win. He better damn well win. This is Game of Thrones. So I don't know, man. So like I said, write your comments below, guys, to enter the giveaway from HBO. Thank you again to HBO. Really appreciate them supporting the channel and doing this with you guys. And if you're new and you want to enter, you can subscribe now and enter. That's fine. And I'll announce the winners, a couple winners for a few of the items. I'll divvy them up between the episodes and send them out small packages of a few at a time, like 2 or 3 together randomly with the Tyrion figure and the rest of the stuff. For this week and going on forward through the finale. So definitely subscribe if you're new. Write your comment below. Favorite villain, baddest villain so far. Randomly we'll pick those and announce them next week in my review next Sunday. If you guys like the video, please thumb it up below. Would appreciate it. If you want to help support the channel, please share it. Please favorite it. And like I said, if you're new, subscribe. That's it for this one, guys. See you for the next one. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace.